What's up, people? Thank you very much for tuning in. It's Beer Monster O'Clock. Well, kind of. I'm not actually reviewing a beer today. I just ain't said that for a while, so I felt like saying it. So why am I here? Well, I did say in my little post that I was thinking, well, basically I've got some health issues, so I was taking a break from YouTube, maybe even quitting YouTube altogether. So this video is just to let you know where I'm at. I've had a week to think things over. And just let you know where I'm at, what's going on, am I quitting, am I carrying on, and such and such. Lots of people have been asking me lots of questions, so it's time to make a video just to give you a little idea of what's going on, what bloody hell is wrong with me, all that sort of good stuff, you know. A bit boring, but you know, it's just an update in it on the old health and that. First of all, as some of you know, I'm disabled. I've got a lot of health issues. The main one being something called generalized anxiety disorder. That's the condition that actually makes me disabled. It's a bit like anxiety. A lot of you will have heard of that. A lot of people suffer from anxiety, and to be honest, it's normal to suffer from anxiety to some degree. You know, people know what feeling anxious is, but with generalized anxiety disorder, which is the sucker I've got, you're anxious all the time. It's constant. There's no break from it. You are constantly overthinking, constantly over worrying. The silliest little things that shouldn't make a person anxious will make me anxious. It could be something stupid, like something's out of place, or a wheelie bin is outside my garden that ain't normally there, and I'll like start freaking out over it. It sounds stupid, it sounds funny, but it's not very fun to live with. And yeah, that's the main problem. The main problem, or one of many, but the main problem, that's the thing that makes me disabled. Now, the problem with anxiety, generalized anxiety disorder, I mean, I do take various medications and they do help a lot. Make me a little bit monged out sometimes and kind of suppress me feelings, which is kind of annoying because sometimes I just feel like I don't care about anything, when deep down I do, but it's the tablets, you know. Anyway, so yeah, like many people that suffer from a generalized anxiety disorder, I found something that helps it, that the doctors won't give you, beer or alcohol in general. So I've kind of been like using alcohol as a way to help me generalise anxiety disorder, so to say. During the day, I deal with it quite well. Well, say deal with it, I get on with it the best I can. And overnight, I have trouble sleeping because I've also got insomnia. And not being able to sleep plus generalised anxiety disorder is a bad combo, and it leads to panic attacks, all sorts of depression, and just generally really finding it hard just to cope with life. But I found if I have a few beers, just calms it down a bit. The problem with that is I started doing that probably about 15 years ago now, and at first just a few beers used to do the job, and then as your tolerance levels become higher, you start needing a few more, and a few more, and a few more. And I'm kind of at the stage now, to be honest with you, there's no point bullshitting, is there, where, you know, I'd sort of do my beer review, that's just the start. The beer review is always the first beer of the day, and that's just the start for me. I'll carry on after that, and I'll keep drinking until I pretty much can't drink anymore, and then I fall asleep, and that's how I fall to sleep. Especially as you may know as well, I've also got sleep apnea. I have to wear this mask when I go to bed, which also triggers off the generalized anxiety disorder, which gives me even more of a reason to need to get drunk before I go to sleep, so I can put up with the mask. It doesn't really bother you so much when you're smashed off your tits, does it? You just stick it on and get on with it when you've had a few beers. So yeah, that's not helped either. And I've just got to the stage where, to be honest with you, I was drinking like 10 beers every single day without break. And I just thought, well, the beer reviews are not helping because that's always beer number one, and it just leads on to more. So I thought, you know, let's give the old beer a break and see whether it helps, give the reviews a break, see if it helps the drinking, and see whether I can actually take a day off. So that's what I've been doing this last week, just cutting down a bit. Instead of needing them 10 cans, I've been sort of getting away with having 7 to 8. And I have had a few days where I haven't drunk or just had the one beer just to sort of take the edge off. Yes, I did feel more anxious them days, you know, so it's not solved that problem. It's solving one problem, which was drinking too much. but it's also bringing back the generalised anxiety disorder. So there's no win situation here for me, if you know what I mean. But drinking so much for so many years is also causing its own health problems. I'm massively overweight. I've got high blood pressure. I've got high cholesterol. And just recently, this is what sort of triggered the whole break, was getting a call from a doctor saying that I'm anemic. So I thought, okay, anemic, as most people know it, means low in iron deficiency. Normally, they just give you an iron supplement or tell you to start having some more iron in your diet. So I thought, oh, I didn't think too much of it at first, but then the doctor says, but the strange thing about you is you're anemic, but you've actually got really good iron levels. Must be all the Guinness, I don't know. I'm only joking, I don't drink that much Guinness. But he says, yeah, you've actually got good iron levels, Mr. Williams. So I said, okay, so what does that mean? And he said, that means we don't know why you're anemic, and it's very rare to be anemic without low iron levels. He said, but the problem is that also means we don't know how to treat you. Why are you anemic, but you don't have low iron levels? We don't know how to treat you. So in order to be able to treat you, we need to find out why you're anemic. So straight away in my head, I'm thinking, it's probably the alcohol. I think alcohol can cause anemia. And it's not been nice. As you may know, I've not been very well this year, and I've been tested for asthma, all sorts of things, cancer, all sorts. I may still have asthma. I've not got the results of that one yet. But I believe a lot of it is this anemia. I didn't actually realise how serious it could be, particularly if you don't have the deficiency of iron. Because I've been getting the shortness of breath, I've been feeling cold hands and feet and stuff like that a lot, headaches, standing up, feeling really lightheaded. Just picking up my boy for a few seconds, it becomes too heavy. I have to put him down. I struggle to walk around the corner to the shop. So yeah, I thought it's another reason to cut down and see whether it helps at all. It does seem to have helped a little bit, just drinking a few less beers each day. The battle carries on. As I say, for me, I thought I wouldn't be able to take a day off drinking, and I've proved myself wrong there. I don't think it's like I'm a raging alcoholic and I have to have a drink or go crazy. It is just using it as a way of treating my anxiety. And as I say, cutting down the alcohol brings on all the other problems, and it's so easy just to grab a drink to take away this generalised anxiety disorder. It's very, very difficult. So I'm sort of in this frustrating position at the minute where I don't really know what to do. But one thing I have learned, taking a break off YouTube, is that I've missed it. Particularly the social side of it, particularly the lives on a Friday night, and just replying to your comments and stuff like that. It helps my confidence. I suffer with depression as well, on and off. And I haven't been suffering with that since I've been doing YouTube. It's kind of gave me a purpose. Because I can't work, because I'm just sat at home all the time, YouTube gave me a purpose. I've got to make a video for you guys, and the lives and stuff. Just hearing I'm not the only one out there with problems. We've all got issues on the lives. We will talk about how problems we got, and that sometimes it's a bit depressing, a bit depressing. But it's nice to feel you're not alone in the world, and everybody's got problems, and we can talk about them and make each other feel better. Which is another reason why I'm making this video. Beer Monster, that is me, the person you see on camera, but it's kind of a more exaggerated version of me. Deep down, I've got a lot of problems. Do you know what I mean? But it's me just having a bit of fun with it as well, I wouldn't call it a character. I would just say, I'm being a bit over the top sometimes, just trying to make beer reviews a bit less boring, because they can be, can't they? Anyway, where am I going with this? But yeah, as I say, I've got a lot of health problems. The latest one, anemia. Today I had to have me shit tested. That was fun. Shit in a bag, get a little scoop thing, and take it down to the doctors and say, yeah, there's a couple of bags of my shit for you to test. So I'm awaiting the results of that. We'll see what they find out, because there could be some internal bleeding or something. I don't know. Probably not. Just one of the things they're checking for. But yeah, I'm sort of playing the waiting game at the minute, just finding out exactly what's the matter with me, what I can do to help and stuff like that. But I've decided I'm going to carry on with beer reviews. I'm just going to tone it down a little bit, as in, I don't want to feel like I have to do it every day. I want to do it every day, that's the thing. but perhaps just taking a couple of days off every now and again is going to be a good thing for me. Or even if I don't want to take days off, don't have to take days off of posting videos, but perhaps do 2 or 3 in a night and then have a couple of days off or something like that, just to give my body a break. But as I say, then I get the problems with the anxiety, and that is such a hard situation. There's no win-win situation for me. It's just trying to find the right balance, I guess, between the generalised anxiety and the using alcohol to manage it, sort of thing, you know. Particularly because alcohol is not good for me, high cholesterol and blood pressure and stuff like that as well, is it? You know, it's difficult. Let me know if you've got any of these sort of problems that I spoke about, guys. And perhaps we can address it more on the live. I mean, this is just brushing the surface, you know. But as I say, with the YouTube, for me, the main thing is I do like doing it. Well, why should I stop doing something I enjoy? I've just got to be a bit more sensible with it. You know, and especially where I have the generalised anxiety disorder, I've really struggled to make friends and stuff like that. Even if I went to the pub, I'd sit in the corner on my own and stuff like that. I do not make friends. The only friends I have are like you guys, really, or friends that I've made through the YouTube channel that I may sort of talk to in lives and things like that. I don't actually have any real friends. So you take the YouTube away, for me it becomes very lonely as well. So yeah, that's sort of update. I'm going to keep on going. So I will start making some videos again for you guys. And I'm really looking forward to the live again. So hopefully we'll be back Friday night live. But I'm going to see how I go. And I've got a few ideas if I see myself drifting again. One of them ideas is perhaps on a live, if I sort of get into the stage where, you know, say that I didn't take a day off the day before the live, and if I still want to go live, perhaps I can sort of do an alcoholic beer followed by a non-alcoholic beer and rotate them, you know, one alcohol free, one alcohol free. That way I can sort of give you some thoughts on some of the alcohol free beers, whilst drinking in effect half the amount of beer as I would have done if I'm chucking in that alcohol free one every now and again. I don't really like alcohol free beers, but it could be an excuse to try some, couldn't it? So I don't know. That's one idea that I'll come up with, possibly anyway. And even like when I'm having my drinks at night, you know, I understand sometimes I'm drinking 10 beers. Perhaps I could mix them with having the odd alcohol-free one as well. Then I'm only having 5 beers. So I've got ideas. I've got things to try. But as I say, so far I've just been having a couple of beers at less per night and the odd day off. And I particularly feel good on the, when I have the odd day off. It's really hard at the time with the anxiety and that, but the next day my body feels good for it. So it's got to be saying something, innit? Anyway, thanks for sitting here watching me talk about my health and all that. And it's good to be back, guys. I've really missed you. And yeah, I hope you ain't missed me too much. And hope this is good news for some of you, and bad news if you think I'm a twat. But there you go. You can't like us all, can you? To the next one, peeps. What can I say? The next video will be a beer review. And I might even film that now. Bye-bye, darlings.